gospel for the glory of your name. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. My life will be the war on inaction. I can't sit back and watch when you gave everything. Your love drove you to the cross. So I will live to bring you glory, and I will be your hands and feet. I will go into the world, God, and say love is on its way. Oh, love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. Hey. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. His love is on the way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. His name is Jesus, only Jesus, Jesus. Love is on its way. I'll go anywhere. follow you anywhere, 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 anywhere. I'll follow you anywhere, 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 anywhere. I'll follow you anywhere, 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 anywhere. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything, my God. Just put me where you want me. Just put me where you want me.
Lindy and Lucas, great to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
Oh,
having
it's so fun to be here.
Man, it's so good to hear these songs and talk about these songs. Lindy, I know since you were first sharing music with us and talking about what you all were doing with Circuit Riders, we've been so excited. The team has just loved listening to this music and feels like we've been rolling this out for a long time. I know you guys recorded these songs back in the spring, I think, and man, I'm so glad and so excited for these songs to get out to the church. But I'd love for you guys to talk a little bit about this song. When I first heard this song, I really circled it, for a lot of reasons. It's beautifully written. I love the melody. I think most about it is what the song says, because from a ministry standpoint, there's not a lot of songs that really talk about mission, and this is a great song about that. And I know pastors are always talking about it in their sermons and their messages. They're really always trying to motivate their congregations just to serve and to reach out. And that's what I was excited about this song, is I feel like it fits in, and it's such a great message to share with a congregation. But talk a little bit about the song and the writing of it.
Yeah, Lucas, I'll start and then I'll just let you take it away. So Lucas is the main writer on the song, and it was so fun to be a small part of it because when Lucas came to Circuit Riders, he was actually a drummer. So no one knew he led worship. And then he led worship for like a team time acoustically. And my husband was there and was like, this guy just led me into the presence of God. I am wrecked. And so we were doing circuit rider schools, and we were actually in Nashville doing a circuit rider school. And Lucas, we were like, you got to start leading worship. Like, the secret's out. You are not just a drummer. So we're in Nashville to circuit rider school. And Andy had just given this, Andy Bird, he's a leader in YWAM Kona, one of the leaders of circuit riders. He helps lead the send. He has just given this provoking message on, will you adopt? Like, will you walk in adoptive love? Will you adopt the world around you? Will you go? What does the Great Commission look like to you? And it was one of my first times leading with Lucas. And I just remember thinking, okay, we're going to do this response time. It's like, this is our go-to. We're going to respond with choruses around the Great Commission. We can do every nation, different stuff. And we're kind of just playing on some chords. And again, I was just so excited to get to know Lucas more and hear him lead. And then he just bust out the spontaneous chorus. I'll go anywhere. I'll do. And I'm like, yes, God. Yes, God. And honestly, I don't know, Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the chorus was kind of just sat around in our movement and in worship sets for almost like 2 or 3 years before we finished it. Right?
Yeah, the song never really started really as a song, kind of started as a moment for me, I would say. Yeah, just going back to when I first started with Circuit Riders, like Lindy said, me jumping on playing drums. It was a call, like I got a random call from my buddy, hey, can you jump on tour and play drums for 3 weeks? And I was actually going through one of the most broken seasons of my life at the time. And I just so clearly heard the Lord say to go and serve for 3 weeks on this tour. Ended up meeting Lindy on there, and long story short, ended up doing all 3 months of touring because the Lord just completely made a way for it to happen. It was so clear that I was supposed to be involved. But through that whole time, through that season of like crazy brokenness, like I found out that like this was actually like the cry of my heart, if that makes sense. Like I would go anywhere, I would do anything, just put me where you want me. Doesn't matter what I'm going through. It doesn't matter like what the cost is. It doesn't matter what the circumstance is. Like I find you worthy to do it. I find you worthy. I find you the only thing that's worth doing this, even in a season of brokenness. I choose you. I'll go anywhere. I'll do anything. Just put me where you want me. So that stuck around for like, I think it was, for probably about 2 or 3 years. And the chorus, it was just the chorus, and like Lindy said, it cycled around so many different worship sets and all that on tour, all that. And it was just the chorus I was scared to touch it. I was like, I'm kind of scared to like mess with it, because it was a moment for me where I'm like, no, this is like such I almost thought it would stay like that, like maybe it would just be something, it was just a moment that you don't touch, you don't ride around it. To fast forward, we were at the Send, and Lindy had asked me to jump up and lead alongside of her. And it was like spontaneously, like, I think Lindy like opened up in the chorus of I'll Go Anywhere. And this is like in front of like 60,000 people. And I saw like 60,000 people kind of grab hold of this song. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't just a song, it was a moment. And I was going, this is the same moment that I had with the Lord by myself, and now it's the Lord wants to release it through the earth so everybody can hold on to that, like his worth. Like it doesn't matter what they're going through. Like they were sitting there screaming this just chorus at the top of their lungs. So I left from there and I go sit with Lenny. I'm like, man, like this has to be a song. This song has to be finished, So I had some like verse ideas, but I was so scared to like touch it. But I'm like, okay, like we're gonna go for it. Like let's just go for it. And then it just happened. Like the verses came out so natural. I remember there was this other moment we had when we were writing this. Like I think we only wrote like one session, and it happened in like maybe 30 minutes or less. Mm-hmm. And we're like, hey, you remember this moment, Andy? He got up, and there was a moment in the stadium. He was like, it was a call to action, and basically he got the whole stadium to scream out, and everybody was screaming this line, and they kept screaming over and over and over, love is on the way. Love is on the way. That we would be a generation that would say love is on the way, that love is on the horizon, and it's Jesus. He's coming. Love is on the way, that we would sound the trumpet. So we were like, man, there's something like super on this. And it just like felt so right to be in the song. It happened so organically, but it was like everything else just kind of trickled out so easily with the rest of the song, like the verses and the bridge. It was just, but I think for me, like it was obviously the real message is in the chorus, but we just wanted to set the chorus up to be like, that's the pinnacle. Yeah. That's the message of the song. That's why we're singing this song because we will go anywhere. We will do anything. And it really does, speak for our movement, because a lot of us are here in Huntington Beach, and that's what we do. We go to college campuses, we go throughout the world, we preach the gospel, like we lay our lives down, and we counted the cost, because he's worthy. So I don't know, Cindy, if you have anything else to say on it. But
you just summarized it so well. It was a moment that then the Lord really then poured out the rest of the song. But I think, Jimmy, the first time you heard it, it was highlighted to you. And I think we all felt there was something about, it's from a deep heart cry. Lucas, it's like the Lord really gave Lucas a song that captured the deep heart cry of our movement, of who we are. And I just think it's beautiful, because really the Great Commission it's one of our greatest expressions of love to Jesus, is keeping his commandments. And I just feel like this song reflects the love, like it's, I love you with my yes, you know, it reflects that part of like, I'll go anywhere because you're worth it. So it was so fun to finish with Lucas. And it was so fun to also watch, like, wow, just the gratitude. We're so thankful the song is finished. So now other people can lead it and grab a hold of it and, you know, see what God does with it. So yeah.
Yeah, man, what a great story. I love those stories where God starts something in the private, you know, and then he uses it to bless many, many people throughout it. It feels like this song is that, even though it started, Lucas, as your story, this song is going to go to encourage, to motivate, to bless hundreds, thousands of worshipers. And so, man, what an amazing, amazing song. Thank you guys so much for sharing the song. Thank you for the story. And Lucas, kudos, man. You're giving encouragement to drummers everywhere that they can do.
I was like, that needs to be shared somewhere in the song shares is Lucas's story.
That's right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'll go